Hey, so we are Matthew and Ashley Briggs. Hi.
Hey, what's happening?
And welcome to our house. The Lord has called me to show my life, and so here we are. This past week, we went through something that is really touchy for some. Here, you need to scoot over this way. There you go. It's a really touchy subject for some, but I feel like it's on our hearts, and specifically, like, especially mine, to talk about it and to talk about really like what's gone on and how we are processing it through our faith and what God has been doing. So I just have some notes here just for us to like talk it through. So it's been rough. Something happened 2 weeks ago, basically, or not even 2 weeks ago. So on January 13th, I actually found out I was pregnant. Matt was at a Bible study, and
it's more like a devotional group, or
it's a men's group.
It's a discipleship group.
Yeah, and I bought a pregnancy test. I was actually on the phone with a friend and was like, I just haven't had my period for a while. Like, I probably need to go like buy one and grab one at the store. So what I did was I was going to go to the bathroom the next morning, which was Valentine's Day, and the Lord said no, like, go right now. And that was when Matt was gone, and I already had one unwrapped because Matt was gonna be home in the morning. When I just like woke up in the morning, went to the bathroom, like first morning pee, you normally get your best result. So for an early pregnancy, so yeah, I went to the bathroom and I was recording. I will insert that now. So I just was laying in bed and I felt like the Lord, I was gonna take a pregnancy test tomorrow morning because it's like first morning pee. Anyway, I felt like the Lord just is like, just do it right now. And I was like, okay. So I got up, I already had one unwrapped for tomorrow morning, just like in the plastic thing still. But not in the like wrapping, but in like with the plastic cover on. So I'm gonna look at it right now because it's been about 3 minutes. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. Oh, praise God. Thank you, Lord. And I found out that, like, I thought I was going to get a negative, and my pee, because my pee was, like, straight, like, totally clear, and I found out I was pregnant that, like, very first try. So, completely freaked out. And was like, oh my gosh, well, I'm telling that for his Valentine's Day gift, so I'm not gonna say anything. Went to bed that night, didn't say a word. Morning, didn't say a word. Matt came home and I did this for him. I'll put a small little clip here.
Oh, you seal it with the heart. Come here. I love you. What? What? No way. What? What? Okay, what is this? Oh, it's baby clothes, isn't it? Look at that. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. These are so cute. Dang. Wow. No way, Chooch. What the heck?
Are you trying to grab your last present, or?
I'm just trying to process through all this. Papa Bear. Very, wow. Oh my goodness.
We're pregnant.
No way. What? When did you find out?
Last night, the Lord, like, so you were at ADJ and I was literally I bought 2 pregnancy tests yesterday on Drive Up.
Yeah.
And I came back home and I unwrapped one, so you wouldn't like hear it in the morning when I was taking it. I was gonna do like first morning pee.
Yeah.
Because that's when it's like the most concentrated and you get
Totally.
your best result. So, if you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I was gonna wait till morning, and then last night the Lord said like, get up and go take it right now, and you were at ADJ.
Okay.
I was like, Lord, and he like told me again, and I was like, okay, like, you don't need to tell me again.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
I filmed the whole thing,
Okay.
and I peed, and I said like, wait 3 minutes.
Okay.
And so I like turned on the camera and I was like, in 3 minutes, I gotta check it. And I literally thought I was gonna get negative because my pee was so like almost clear.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna get a negative for sure. Even if I am, I'm gonna get a negative. And I pick it up and I'm like, and it said pregnant.
What? That is so crazy. How do you feel?
Oh my gosh. And then about a little less than 2 weeks ago, my stomach was just really hurting, and I basically got a really light period, and for a couple hours, and my stomach was hurting so bad, and I finally ended up just taking something. I looked up what I could have pregnant and took that. And then the next morning, I couldn't sleep. It was going on for like 3 hours and I couldn't sleep because of the pain. And it felt like period cramps, but like a bit worse. But I normally take something for cramps, so I don't normally go through like the full effect of that pain. And so then that morning, it was a lot lighter. And then in the afternoon, I ended up going to the bathroom and just, fast forward if this is a really hard topic for you for like at least like a minute, but I passed something and I panicked, I freaked out, I didn't know what to do, I had no idea what I was looking at. I couldn't believe that could possibly ever come out. Yeah, if like my body wasn't ready to, like, I'm not, like, I know labor, I understand, you open up down there, I get that. This was like, I peed and this happened and I was blown away. And I freaked, within like the next like 5 to 10 minutes, I text Matt, because Matt was at work that day, and I said, can you please, I said, hey, can you come home? And he called me within 10 minutes and was like, hey, what is going on? And I just started crying, and he ended up coming home within like 5 minutes of that, and we just cried.
Yeah.
We cried because we thought we knew like what we were looking at already, and we had scheduled my prenatal, so like my very first appointment, because that was like supposed to be 8 weeks of pregnancy, so they scheduled it on 8 weeks and 2 days, because that was like the first opening that week, I think. And so we really just grieved and cried, and
You cried.
I cried.
I couldn't.
Matt, I could only get teary for the next couple days. And anyway, we went over. I had like outbursts, like every once in a while. Sorry, that's our dog if you can hear that noise. And then what was I gonna say? Okay, on Friday we ended up going to our appointment, and this is my first time meeting my new OB, and she comes in, hugs me, and she just looked in my eyes and was like, "What's wrong?" And I just told her everything I just told you, and she was like, "Okay, let's take a look." It was confirmed that
We miscarried.
yeah. So and that was like we thought we knew. Like we were very convinced, obviously, for what came out, but my body did good, cleaned out a lot,
Yeah.
which is actually, I found out, really dangerous. You want to go to the doctors like right away if you think that's happening.
Yeah, the doctor gave you a clean bill of health and said that otherwise you looked great. You know, your body was healthy.
Yeah, they actually, she asked me like, "Hey, can I check your ovaries?" And I was like, "Check everything." So she ended up checking my ovaries, and she said, "You look great. You look completely healthy." She came back in and chatted with us a little bit about how we want to move forward. So that's something that we have been going through. On Sunday, what happened for you?
Yeah, so that that happened on Wednesday. So that following Sunday, went to church kind of by myself. Ashley was still in bed. She was not feeling well. She had been feeling well for days, and whenever she would get up and move around, she just experienced tremendous pain. Like I've never seen her tear up because of pain.
Not like
And
that.
and she would get to the point of sobbing
Yeah.
because the pain was so bad.
Yeah.
So I went by myself and wanted to go with her, but I knew she was in pain. So
We did not want to leave each other at that point.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I wanted to go because I wanted prayer
Yeah, for us.
for us.
Yeah.
So I went up for prayer during the kind of prayer time, and I was kind of asking like, God, who do I go to, like out of all these people? And he kind of highlighted this one couple. So they ended up praying for me, and I felt like something finally like in me just kind of cracked open, and I could finally like cry and kind of mourn the loss just a little bit, and it felt good. As I'm walking back to my seat, my buddy Jamal sees me and comes up to me, says, "Hey, what's going on, brother?" And I'm like, "I'm in pain." I shared with him what we basically went through, and he just gave me a hug,
Yeah.
and I just broke down.
Yeah.
And then Jamal started praying for me, and then I started just breaking down even more, and I
Bawling.
wept.
Yeah.
And I just finally, I don't know what it was, but him, when your good friend prays for you, and is just there for you, like I don't know, something for me, I was able to release it, just the grief and the pain, let it go, because I felt like I was kind of frozen a little bit, like
Yeah.
just come out in small. Pain would come out in just small trickles. I didn't feel necessarily numb to it, but
Yeah.
ended up sitting down at church, and then in the seat after like the whole prayer time ended, and then all of a sudden she ended up right up next to me.
I felt like I needed to be there and go.
Yeah.
I know it was like several days after, but I just prayed and was like, hey, like, you gotta help me. If you want me to go, like, I need you to help me with the pain. I need you to help me sit. Like, sitting is really challenging after you have that happen to you, just with everything that's going on in your stomach.
Standing is hard too.
Around. I had nausea a lot for mine. Anyway, we've really realized how supportive, like, our community here, and like, it's like we've grown a support team that we had no idea of, like, really great friends and just people to confide in, whom we told, and then we told our parents actually that following Sunday after church. But it's been a processing time for us, and for me, I really have recognized what's truly important, and some things that might help you if you're going through this too. But for me, what was wildly important that the Lord showed me was,
that was weird.
Your phone's buzzing, and that was your keys.
Oh, my keys falling off the phone. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so loud.
That was weird.
Anyway, so what is also, I love how I was talking about, like, revelation that the Lord gave me right then, and then that happened. So anyway, yeah, the Lord really has revealed, like, what's truly important to me, and what was so important is, like, well, baby's fine. We actually had a counseling appointment on Thursday, the day before we were going to go to the prenatal appointment, and he read us a verse from the Bible where it's, like, the one place in the Bible where we know for a fact that babies go to heaven. And it was actually when David lost his baby. And he read us that, and we were so comforted by that. And that's one thing that's so important, like, babies in heaven. He's safe, he's unharmed, and we'll get to see him again. You know? And then another thing is, like, I'm healthy. My body did a great job of getting everything out naturally, but also just, like, with what had to come out. But also, like, I'm healthy, and, like, we can still have kids. Like, that's a blessing in itself. It's a blessing in itself that nothing's going on with my husband. Like, those are things that are truly important, even though we need to grieve. Like, it is like grieving, like, a death.
It's a loss.
Yeah.
It's a loss.
Well, the Lord receives, but we need to still grieve that, of how we didn't get to have that here on earth. And that has really given me, like, so much hope and so much peace and so much comfort, though, because it's not about us at that point. Like, he was always God's. We were gonna have the privilege to be his parents, but the Lord received him already early, and we are parents still. We're just parents of a baby in heaven. So yeah, there's so much hope and there's so much joy, but that's something that we still needed to process and go through. But there's a different type of love that you learn going through this, and for me, I really learned, like, it's so important to be vulnerable and honest about your situation that you're going through. And, like, we had to open up to our community. We had to open up, and
it's really important.
If you don't open up, that healing, you don't get that same healing, right? Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, you know about that too, about opening up and getting healing, and, like, it's like the only way, and God created it that way. We were built for relationship and community, and we really needed to rely on ours, and people prayed over us and just loved us with open arms, and it was, like, such a beautiful thing to go through. Like, I know that sounds so crazy, but, like, God uses everything, and it was such, like, a beautiful process that he, like, gave us, you know. And now it's time to, like, just to let y'all know, we asked our doctor, like, when can we start trying, you know, like continuing again. And not that we necessarily were trying. I'm not on birth control or anything like that, but we weren't like planning, like actively planning. We weren't tracking my fertility, nothing like that. It was really like God's timing, and it was up to the Lord. But yeah, now I think we have a different mindset. Like our gears have shifted, and things have been really revealed through this process, you know?
Yeah.
And so we asked our doctor, like, okay, when can we? She's like, right away. And I was just like, what? And she was like,
she said, whenever you are emotionally ready to.
Yes. And I was actually asking about my body at the time though, and she was like, yeah, y'all, once Ash is like all good, healed, you know, you're good. You're good to like once things stop. And so that is amazing, and we are to that point. I was pretty healed up at 10 days, which is really amazing and miraculous. So so that's something we are going to be just opening up about. Like, we'll actually be in that process now of trying.
It's true.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Part of me feels a little scared. Part of me is a little excited.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so exciting, and it's also like, there's nothing to fear though. Like, the Lord really does not give us a spirit of fear. And so that's from the enemy, but there is like, I think there's more of a cautiousness over it being scared.
Yeah, I wouldn't say scared is a good way to describe it. I would say some hesitancy. There's some,
which is perfectly normal.
I don't know what the right word is, but it's like the mentality is like, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, what if something like this happens again? Like it's like, am I gonna be ready? Am I gonna be ready to take another one of another emotional blow? Like,
we won't be ready.
And it's some of that. Yeah. That's what I'm experiencing, but I'm also like, of course I want to be a dad. I've been saying that since like the year after we got married.
Oh my gosh, if not before.
Which was like almost 5 years ago. So I've been ready to be, I've felt ready to be a dad for like 4 years. Whenever
we travel and stuff, if there's kids around, which there typically is, Matt is like with the boys, like hanging with the boys, hanging with the kids, you know.
Yeah, let's go grab sticks outside and whack each other, you know, whatever it is.
Okay, that's not something loud.
No, but I usually do end up wrestling with all of the kids.
Yeah, or like
throwing
in the lake, like throwing in the air of like a pool. Like, he is very much like with the boys.
Yeah, like that at the beach that one time.
Yeah,
where all the boys came up to me and they're like, let's wrestle.
Yeah, they like.
So we were all like,
they know who to go to.
Yeah, we were all in like this, like a little more shallow, like thigh deep water.
Yeah.
And these they're just like little 8-year-old kids, so they were super light.
So sweet.
So they just run at you, they try to tackle you, and you just catch and pick them up, and you throw them 5, 6 feet.
And Matt has so much fun. Like, this is not like...
And they fly through the air, and they land on the water, and it's safe, and they come back, and they run back at, like...
Parents will always say to Matt, like, oh my gosh, thanks for playing with my kid, or hanging with my kid. And Matt's like, shoot, like, I need one of these. Like, he's like, Ashley, give me one of these, you know? Like, Matt's been asking for a kid for so long. And it's been, like, not something
not necessarily asking, like, hey, can you give me a kid? But more like...
No, pretty much.
With my heart.
No, you're like...
Like, more like, let's have a kid.
He'll be like, I want a baby. Like, he really comes up to me and tells me, like, his heart about that. And so it's...
But I do it in a manly way.
But the thing is like... Well, he's sweet and gentle. You're sweet and gentle still. But the thing is that it's really changed for me, though, as, like, this whole... everything going on, you know.
Yeah.
For us, it's really changed me, and looking at that and looking at a loss and being like, man, we had dreams. I think that's the really challenging thing. You have a picture of oh my gosh, by Christmas we're gonna have a baby. Like, that is so, that rocks your world when you're like, oh my gosh, wait, we thought this. I thought I was gonna be 5 months at Matt's sister's wedding. I was planning my outfit with a bump. Like, I know these are small things, but when you visualize your future, which we all do, and you're looking at the year that's already ahead of you, and you're like,
Start dreaming.
yeah, you're like, wait a second. I feel like everything was just taken. But even though it wasn't, like, nothing was taken, it's just you feel like, oh my gosh, now I need to create a new picture, you know?
Yeah.
That picture is, we gotta heal.
There's a loss.
We gotta heal. And even though the Lord doesn't take, and I want to say that again, like, the Lord doesn't take, he receives.
Yeah, he doesn't take your children.
This baby was always his.
Yeah.
Always. And we just have the privilege to parent here. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that's what we're going through. That's what we've been working through, moving through for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
also, by
it's
the way,
never easy.
it's really common. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
It is not easy, ever. It will never be easy.
But we're telling this story. It's not just our story. Like I said, it's everybody else. And
this is how we're processing it.
So and our hope is our goal is really just share what's on our hearts, and if this helps some people, that's fantastic.
It helps one, but also
Yeah.
like, this is how we're processing it, and honestly, it's just something we have to lay at Jesus' feet and recognize this was out of our control, but also that, like, baby's fine, totally fine, and love and life in heaven, and that's such a beautiful thing, and that I'm healthy and that Matt's healthy. Like, it's just the grieving process that we need to go through and give time for, and healing's at the end of that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think as a husband, this was probably one of the hardest things I've had to go through.
Yeah.
In our life together.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you see your wife in pain, in so much physical pain, it's bringing her to tears.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do something. Like, you want to fix it. You want to help her. You want to make it right. You want to take away all of the pain, just whatever's happening. And to look at her and just know that I am totally, there's nothing I could do. I'm totally helpless.
That's the thing,
That
is
was-
like, you have to surrender it to Jesus, you know?
Yeah.
That's the thing of, like, God's her heavenly Father, like, he's gonna take care of her, and it's not my position to, like, of course, support and love and take care of your wife. I'm not saying don't take care of your wife, but there's only so much you can do, and the rest of that control, you have to surrender as a man.
Yeah, and
to your heavenly Father.
And what you got to realize too is that the way you fix it is just by being with her.
Love.
And you just hang out with her, and you hold her. That's.
Yeah, and I gotta hold you too. There's like that challenge where, like, the man has to. He wasn't carrying, but it was just as much his baby as it is yours. So it's ours.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Lord's first.
Yeah.
But it was a baby for us, you know, given to us as well. And children are gifts from heaven.
Yeah.
Literally gifts from heaven.
100%.
Yeah. I love you.
Love you.
You've done a great job supporting me.
Thanks.
I love you. We love you. And
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Reach out to us for anything, comments, whatever it is. And we will pray for you. We'll absolutely pray for you.
Yeah, if you're going through this, reach out.
Yeah, seriously. Reach out to your community and your support team as well.
Reach out to them. Reach out to us.
Yeah.
If we can be here for you anyway.
Pray for you.
Pray for you, whatever it is.
Specifically, prayer is the best gift you could ever give to anybody. Ever.
Yeah.
We love you.
Love you guys. Have an awesome day.